The Yorkshire moors were a land where the winds carried forgotten stories, and every hill seemed to guard an old secret. Rising above the endless fields stood Blackthorn Manor, a once proud estate, now slowly surrendering to time. Its withered stone walls groaned beneath relentless storms, while the lonely house watched over the moors like a silent centennial. Its owner, Alice Ashcroft, returned home one evening from a distant port with an unexpected passenger, a then exhausted orphan whose past had vanished like footprints in the rain. The boy spoke little, keeping his eyes fixed on the ground, as if afraid the world itself might disappear beneath him. Standing in the doorway with Alice's curious daughter, Catherine, she studied the stranger while the servants exchanged uneasy whispers. "He's staying," Alice declared firmly. "He has nowhere else to go." The servants weren't convinced. Some pitied the child. Others believed bringing a nameless stranger into the manor would invite a misfortune. Only Catherine ignored the rumors. She stepped toward the frightened boy with a gentle smile. "What's your name?" she asked softly. The boy hesitated before quietly answering. I don't remember." For a moment, Catherine looked around the windswept estate until her eyes settled on a rowan tree swaying beside the manor. Its bright red berries stood boldly against the gray sky. "Then, until you remember," she said warmly, "I'll call you Rowan." For the first time since arriving, the boy looked up. It wasn't much of a smile, but it was enough. From that day forward, Catherine and Rowan became inseparable. They wandered across the rolling moors, climbed rocky cliffs, chased one another through fields of tall grass, and imagined adventures beyond the distant horizon. Together they found comfort in a world that had to offer them very little kindness. But peace never lasted long at the Blackmore Manor. As the years passed, Alice became increasingly consumed by anger, alcohol, and reckless gambling. The estate slowly crumbled around them, and laughter became a rare sound within the aging walls. One stormy evening, Catherine and Rowan stayed out exploring longer than they should have. Rain poured across the moors, and darkness fell before they found their way home. When they finally pushed open the front door, soaked from head to toe, Alice was waiting. His fury filled the room. Before Catherine could explain, Rowan stepped forward. "It was my fault," he said. Without another word, he accepted the punishment meant for them both. The injuries healed with time. The scars did not. Years passed. Blackthorn Manor continued to decay as its owner spiraled deeper into ruin. Rowan grew into a quiet, hard-working young man whose scars reminded him daily of the life he had endured. Catherine, however, refused to believe this broken estate would be their future forever. When a wealthy family settled in a neighborhood estate, she saw an opportunity. Perhaps a friendship or something more could open doors that had always been closed. She dreamed of escaping the manor's darkness and bringing Rowan into a better life beside her. But Rowan saw something different. He watched the only person he had ever given him a name, slowly drifting toward a world where he feared he would never belong. And for the first time since arriving at Blackthorn Manor, he wondered if being found had only delayed being abandoned.